Thank you very much for your thoughts and for giving us a chance to hear more about it. One of the interesting things I thought was you talked about the chaos theory and the Philippines. You've been a long time observer of the Philippines. We've had so much potential. You know firsthand each Filipino's ability and potential. You mentioned many of them. Why do you think our nation hasn't yet, after people power, after everything we've gone through, why haven't we been able to fulfill the potential?
Well, I think, first of all, on the whole, it wasn't a big advantage for the nation to have been colonized, if you will, by Spain and the United States. You got a lot out of it, but it makes it too easy to maintain the ties that bind, and it's been great for America, all the Filipinos that have served in the armed forces. It's been great for a lot of families who got the remittances that were sent back home. But it takes you very quickly to a level that makes life bearable, but it doesn't necessarily create the mindset, let's say, that exists in Rwanda. Let's talk about Rwanda. Rwanda is the most densely populated country in Africa per square mile, although it's very small, only 9 million people there. 10% of the people were killed in a genocide in 1994 that lasted approximately 90 days. Most of them were hacked to death with machetes. And while they had been part of the various spheres of influence that the European powers had in Africa over a long period of time, the two principal conflict groups, the Hutus, the majority, and the Tutsis, the minority, had shared that little piece of land for 500 years. So after President Kagame led the military group that basically put an end to the fighting and the killing, he wanted to create a country where ethnicity was not the defining characteristic. And they set up an interesting variation of Mr. Mandela's Truth and Reconciliation Commission. They said, if you ordered the killing of a whole lot of people, you should go before the War Crimes Tribunal. If you just participated as a foot soldier in the slaughter, if you will go back to your home village, tell the absolute truth about what you did, to a village council, they will decide what service you must render to the community and for how long, in return for total absolution. And we'll begin again. And they have relentlessly developed, keep in mind, their per capita income 4 years after the genocide was only $268 a year, less than $1 a day. They quadrupled their income in a decade. No other country in the world did it. And they did it with this relentless focus on the future. And they developed this amazing capacity to abandon grievance. I'll just give you one example. I do a lot of work in Rwanda. We help them build out their healthcare system, and I work with farmers there. We've helped them to double, in some cases, triple their incomes. In Rwanda, every adult takes one Saturday a month and cleans the streets as a civic activity to prove that poverty does not have to be associated with dirty streets, sloppy cities. So you can go to Kigali, the national capital, and you're shocked. You say, these people are living on $1,000 a year or $1,100 a year. How in the world are they doing this? It's because every Saturday, the whole country's out there cleaning the streets.